Good Material by Dolly Alderton. Free book summary audiobook. Here's an extended and detailed summary of Good Material by Dolly Alderton, designed to be engaging and insightful while sparking curiosity in readers or listeners. Good Material by Dolly Alderton is a witty, heartfelt, and deeply insightful exploration of love, heartbreak, and the often painful journey of self-discovery that follows the collapse of a relationship. Set in the vibrant, chaotic landscape of modern-day London, the story follows Andy Dawson, a struggling comedian whose life falls apart after his long-term girlfriend, Jen Hammersmith, unexpectedly ends their nearly 4-year relationship. The novel opens with a scene that immediately hooks readers. Andy, standing amidst the debris of his life, is trying to make sense of a breakup he never saw coming. Jen, his partner and confidant, was the anchor in his world. Their life together was one of routines and familiarity, a shared flat, a mutual circle of friends, and a connection Andy believed was unshakable. So when Jen announces that their relationship is over, Andy's shock and devastation become the heart of the narrative, and readers are plunged into the emotional turbulence of his unraveling world. From the outset, Alderton paints a vivid picture of Andy's heartbreak. He becomes consumed by the need to understand Jen's decision, believing that uncovering her reasons might provide a way to reverse it. His obsession leads him down a rabbit hole of self-destructive behaviors. He spends hours scrolling through Jen's social media, dissecting every photo, comment, and interaction for clues. He starts drinking more heavily, drowning his sorrows in pubs across the city. And as his friends attempt to intervene, Andy's isolation deepens. He rejects offers of help, convinced that his pain is something only Jen can resolve. A significant portion of the novel is dedicated to Andy's memories of his relationship with Jen. Through flashbacks, we see the highlights and fractures of their time together. Andy recalls their first meeting at a comedy gig where his amateur performance caught her attention. Jen, a confident and driven woman, was everything Andy admired but also secretly feared. As their relationship blossomed, it became clear that while Jen thrived in her career and personal ambitions, Andy was stagnating, stuck in a cycle of mediocre comedy gigs and self-doubt. These differences, subtly hinted at throughout their time together, take on new meaning as Andy reflects on the reasons behind their breakup. Amidst the heartbreak, Andy's career as a comedian is another source of pain and frustration. He has been stuck in a creative rut for years, recycling the same old jokes and failing to connect with audiences. A particularly scathing viral review describes his material as dated and uninspired, a critique that gnaws at his already fragile self-esteem. Andy's attempts to rekindle his career, by trying out new material or networking with more successful comedians, are half-hearted and riddled with anxiety. His comedy, once an outlet for his insecurities, now feels like a mirror reflecting his failures. As the weeks turn into months, Andy struggles to adjust to life without Jen. He stays with friends, crashing on their couches and borrowing their time and emotional energy. His closest confidants, Avi and Jane, do their best to support him, but Andy's unwillingness to confront his pain head-on strains these relationships. His reluctance to open up fully about his feelings creates a barrier, leaving him feeling more alone than ever. Even a temporary stay on a houseboat, meant to offer him a change of scenery and perspective, ends up being another chapter in his downward spiral. Andy's journey also introduces Sophie, a younger woman who briefly becomes his romantic distraction. Sophie is vibrant and carefree, everything Andy thinks he needs to forget about Jen. Yet their relationship is fleeting and superficial, highlighting Andy's inability to connect with someone new while he's still haunted by his past. When their romance fizzles out, Andy is forced to confront the emptiness within himself rather than seeking solace in others. The turning point in the novel comes when Andy and Jen cross paths again at a mutual friend's party. Their interaction is charged with unresolved tension and unspoken emotions. They share a night together, one that Andy hopes will rekindle their relationship. But the following morning, as the cold light of day reveals the reality of their situation, Andy realizes that their connection has irrevocably changed. Jen's decision to leave was not a fleeting impulse but a deeply considered choice, and Andy must finally come to terms with the fact that their relationship is over. This moment of clarity becomes a catalyst for Andy's transformation. For the first time, he begins to channel his heartbreak into his comedy, crafting a routine that is raw, honest, and deeply personal. Drawing from his own experiences, he creates material that resonates with audiences in a way his previous work never did. The act of turning his pain into art is both cathartic and empowering, marking the beginning of Andy's journey toward self-acceptance and growth. In a poignant and unexpected narrative shift, the novel's conclusion offers Jen's perspective. Through her reflections, readers gain insight into the challenges she faced in their relationship. Jen describes her love for Andy but also her frustration with his lack of ambition and emotional unavailability. She acknowledges the difficulty of her decision to leave, but ultimately sees it as a necessary step for her own growth. This added dimension to Jen's character enriches the story, offering a balanced portrayal of their breakup and highlighting the complexities of modern relationships. As the story draws to a close, both characters embark on new chapters in their lives. Jen plans a solo trip to South America, embracing the freedom and adventure she longed for. Andy, meanwhile, prepares to debut his revamped comedy routine at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, finding solace and purpose in his creative journey. Their paths, though separate, are filled with promise and the hope of better days ahead. Good Material is more than a story about heartbreak, it's a profound exploration of identity, self-worth, and the messy, beautiful process of finding one's place in the world. Dolly Alderton's sharp wit and keen observations breathe life into her characters, making them relatable and deeply human. Andy's struggles, though specific to his experiences, reflect universal truths about love, loss, and the resilience of the human spirit. This novel is a must-read, or a must-listen, for anyone who has ever experienced the pain of a breakup or the joy of rediscovering themselves in its aftermath. It is a testament to the power of humor, honesty, and the enduring belief that even in our darkest moments, there is always the potential for growth and renewal. Good Material is not just a book about moving on, it's a celebration of the messy, imperfect, and ultimately beautiful journey of being alive.